Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jasmine. If you're new here, thank you so much for checking out my channel. So around here we focus on faith, fashion, lifestyle, and a little bit of luxury. And today we're going to be talking about a mix between fashion, beauty, and lifestyle, as I'm going to share with you guys my favorite perfumes. These are my go-tos, from my ride or dies that I've been wearing for 10 plus years to some of the newer ones that I've recently just tried. I love perfumes, you guys. I love them all. And over the years, my kind of fragrance scent choice has progressed. I've gone from like the very tutti fruity kind of perfumes to more manly musk smells to where I am now, which is like a good mix of floral and musky, kind of like boss chick scents. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys some of my top favorites, which I feel like will be in my favorites for all time right now. So if you guys are interested in checking out a video like this, then definitely stay tuned. So recently I went to Sephora and I was going around just smelling a whole bunch of different fragrances. I kind of had the thought in my mind that I wanted to purchase a new perfume, but I wanted something a little different from what I was currently wearing, but I wanted something like fresh and new that felt very different. So I went into Sephora. They let me do the perfume scent test. So when I was done, I found out that I'm more of a fan of a scent type called Warm and Sweet Gourmands. So it's a good mix of like vanillas, very floral, but also a little tinge of like musky, kind of more masculine flavors. It's like, in my opinion, the perfect mix. So I went through the whole list, and if you guys have never done that in Sephora, I would definitely encourage you to do so, because before then I was literally just going there like spraying like no, don't like that, don't like that. But now when I go in there, I'm like, okay, I know that I want Warm and Sweet Gourmands. I can click on the link and it'll show me the list of all of the perfumes that I like, and most of the time it's already a perfume that I own, but every now and then I'll see something new that I may want to try and add to my collection. So that's what I did, and once we went through some of the perfumes, I found one that, oh you guys, this is one of the best perfumes that I've smelled this past year. Like, this is exactly what I was looking for at the time, and this is the Dior Poison Girl. I've heard several people talk about this perfume, but I was kind of like, I wasn't really sure. I never purchased a Dior perfume before, so I wasn't sure if it was like as amazing as everyone says that it is, but it is, you guys. It leans a little more on the sweet side, and I actually decided to pull Sephora's scent smells just so you guys can know exactly the type of scent it is. So the Dior Poison Girl scent is in the warm and spicy fragrance family. The scent type is the Warm and Sweet Gourmands, and the key notes are warm rose, sparkling New Orleans, and icy orange. So it's very, very floral. It definitely has that sweet smell to it, but there's a little bit of a musk. But it's just wonderful, you guys. This is my favorite perfume right now. I've been wearing it every day. And I probably need to hop on Sephora's website while they're having the $25 off of $75 purchase and get the bigger bottle of this, because I've only had this a month, you guys, and look at this. Like, this thing it's going very, very quickly. I love this. So if you guys are looking for a new perfume, you want something a little warm, you want something a little sweet, but you're not looking for like Viva La Juicy, do you know what I mean? Or like a Bath and Body Works like warm vanilla scent. You want something that's got a little dimension. Definitely check out Poison Girl by Dior, because this is like, oh, this is amazing. So I'm kind of going in hierarchy order of like my favorite perfumes right now. So the Dior Girl is my newest perfume, and the second newest perfume that I have is also like the top of my all-time favorite perfumes. This one is the YSL Libre Intense. So I originally purchased the YSL Libre, the original version, and then I saw they came out with Intense, and so I went in the store and I smelled it and I was like, oh my god, I have to have this. So I picked it up in the small size, but this is also a perfume that I regret getting in a small size, because once again, you guys, I've only had this for like a couple months, but as you can see, like, I'm clearly wearing into this perfume. On a very fun note, I kind of like to layer my perfumes, and the Dior Girl and the YSL Libre together are just This is a whole mood. This perfume brings a little more of a warm tone to it. So sometimes when I want to tone the Dior Girl down just a tint, the YSL Intense is the way to go. So I'm also going to read you guys the specs for this one as well. The fragrance family is florals. It's considered a warm floral type. The key notes are lavender essence, orange blossom, and orchid accord. So I feel like this one and the Dior Girl match together really good because it's a floral, and then also it has that orange flavor into it. So I didn't realize that I was such a huge fan of orange, but as I look through like a lot of the perfumes on my list, they all have like some type of orange scent. So apparently I like a little bit of citrus, but this thing, you guys, is amazing. What's funny is that I don't see notes of vanilla in this, but it does give me kind of like a vanilla-ish type of like scent to it. So if you're looking for something like warm, kind of grown and sexy, I would highly recommend this. And as much as I love the YSL Libre original version, this one is still my favorite of the two. This one is just... So next up on my list of all-time favorite, this perfume is gonna be my all-time favorite perfume. I will never not purchase this perfume, but after purchasing the Dior Girl and the YSL Libre Intense this year, this perfume actually kind of moved down on my list because I'm kind of like, you know, it's very fresh and new and I'm so obsessed with them. But my all-time favorite perfume is going to be the Black Opium perfume by YSL. Apparently I'm a YSL perfume girl because I feel like they really just get it right, but Black Opium is a perfume that I feel like I could just never let go of. This is just the most perfect scent for my body and for my scent type. The things that I really love in a perfume, a mix of like floral, but it's also kind of sexy, but it's also kind of warm, and I feel like I can wear it year round. Black Opium is that perfume. Right now I have the Intense version because I just wanted to try it out, but normally I just buy the regular. But normally I buy the original version, and that is my favorite. I have smelled some of the different new ones, like there's a Shock one and like all that. I wasn't a fan of those. I try to stick to the OGs of just the original and the Intense version, and these are just my whole life. If you don't have Black Opium or you've never smelled it, like, you guys, you're missing out. I feel like I haven't met a person that doesn't like this scent. Like, it's such a nice scent on, and of course your perfumes will change with your body type. So my body type and someone else's body type might react a little differently, but overall I feel like this is just like the perfect perfume for life. I feel like I'll be 90 years old still purchasing Black Opium. So the key notes for Black Opium are warm and spicy. So this is back in the family of the Dior Poison Girl. The scent type is the sweet and warm gourmand, so also in the same type as Dior Girl. And the key notes are black coffee, white flowers, and vanilla. So in my opinion, white flowers and vanilla is kind of like a popular scent for most people, which is why I think if you're looking for like a key perfume that is going to be your lifetime perfume, or just a perfume that you can wear year out, I definitely do think Black Opium is that girl. Like, she's amazing. So next up on my favorites, this is perfume number 4, and I've already chatted about this before. This is the YSL Libre perfume. This is the original perfume. She smells beautiful, you guys, but I'm gonna be honest, this feels more like a spring and summer type scent. Once I get into the fall and the winter, I just feel like this is a little too sweet and a little too light and floral for me, but I do still really love this. I just really love the other 3 a lot more for year round. I always feel like I can kind of get with those, or I can like mix and match them with this throughout the year, but this standing alone is more of like a spring florally type of scent. So let me read you the specs on this. The YSL Libre is in the floral family. The scent type is warm florals, and the key notes are lavender essence, orange blossom, and musk accord. So as I told you guys before, I'm a huge fan of warm and spicy, or the sweet and warm gourmands, because they have a really good mix of like floral and musk, and this YSL Libre definitely does have this. If you don't mind something like fresh and sweet and light year round, then definitely snag this instead of the Intense. And of course, as I said, because so many of my perfumes have that like sweet and spicy kind of mix going on, if I wanted to liven up any of them, I could spray a little bit of this on, but I do kind of save this for more springtime. And as you guys can see, she's pretty much full because we're kind of in the fall and winter months, and I probably won't really like dive back into this until sometime around like March and February, but it is still a really, really great scent. And all 4 of the ones that I've spoken about previously do last a really long time on the body. I do continue to smell this 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the afternoon when I leave for work in the morning, sometime around like 8 or 9. So I do think that they're really, really great and worth the investment. Okay, so next up on my list is another perfume that I purchased recently. I think I purchased this like sometime last year, like 2019. I got a sample from Sephora, and I feel like they know what they're doing when they do this. They send you these really good samples and you're like, oh, I need that in my life. That's exactly what happened with this. This is the Mon Guerlain. This is another sweet and spicy, sweet gourmands type flavor. She is very lightweight, and so very similar to the YSL Libre. This is more of like a spring and summer kind of scent. So as you can see, like I went a little crazy in the summer. I bought this, I think, the summer of like 2019. I was going crazy in the summer, but I haven't really touched it since because the winter came and then 2020 came. So we were on lockdown. I wasn't spraying perfume as much, but I do really, really like this scent. This is just another one of my scents that I feel like if I'm looking for a fresh and a light and an airy smell, I opt for something like this, or I add it on top of another perfume. I am not afraid of layering perfumes. I always thought it was so weird when people did that, but one day I tried it and I've been hooked ever since. I'm like, I'm gonna do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Like I am just cooking it up in the perfume kitchen when I'm getting ready to go places, because I love adding the different layers. Like I just think they make us smell so elegant and so personalized when you like, you know, mix and match them yourself. So Mon Guerlain is definitely one of those that I really do love. I'm gonna read you guys the specs on this one. Mon Guerlain is in the fragrance family Warm and Spicy. It's a warm and sweet gourmand, and the keynotes are jasmine, lavender, and vanilla. So another scent, you guys, I almost feel like most of my scents have like a very similar, like it's got vanilla, or it's a warm and sweet gourmand, or it's a warm and spicy, or it's got orange in it. They all kind of like have one thing that's similar that really helps tie them together. And Mon Guerlain is definitely, to me, a really good lifetime one as well, because I think vanilla is always very popular. Jasmine is always a very popular scent as well. So love, love, love this one. Alright, you guys, so the next fragrance that I'm going to share with you is, you guys, when you see this bottle, you're going to be like, Jasmine, seriously? Let it go. But when I got this, you guys, I was obsessed with her, okay? This was before I was layering fragrances. This was before I was purchasing fragrances as much. So I bought this in the big bottle because I knew I was going to wear it to death. I need to get another one of these, but you guys, this one is my baby. Oh my goodness. The smell. She's just heaven. Like, I'm so obsessed with her. And this fragrance is the Giorgio Armani C. Now, look at this bottle, y'all. Look at this bottle. Can you see the little bitty amount I have? That's how much I have left in this. I love this thing. I've had this for, I want to say 2 years. I had one previously. I replaced it with this one. I originally bought the small one, and then once I realized I love this, I went back and bought the big one. And I think I got the big one in 2019. So this was like my main fragrance last year, this and the Black Opium, and I love them both so much. This thing right here, you guys, it's heaven. It's heaven. Like, it's such a sophisticated smell, and really I love my perfumes to be more mature, and I love for them to be more I love a good mix. I want it to feel like sexy but also appropriate, you know? Like I'm trying to give the girls like sweet and house chick over here, and I'm trying to give the husband like, you know, sexy Real Housewives vibes, you know? And I feel like the Giorgio Armani C is like that perfect perfume for this. I think it goes with a lot of different things. I do think this is a scent that's year round. It's not so sweet that I feel like I can't wear this, you know, in the fall or the winter. I was wearing this thing everywhere, as you guys can see, but I do really love it. It's a flawless fragrance. This is actually considered a fruity floral, which was kind of a surprise to me, but yeah, it's considered a fruity floral, and the key notes are rose and woody vanilla. So I think the thing that probably really drew me into this, even though it's a fruity floral, is the woody vanilla, because like I said, it gives me a little bit of extra oomph. It's not just one dimensional. It's giving us all the layers. It's giving us everything. It's giving me Beyonce. So I do really, really enjoy this one, and it's time for me to pick up another one, but really, really great one. And speaking of Armani C, I went ahead and purchased the Armani C Passion. This was kind of an impulse buy, but I'm still very happy that I purchased it. It does smell very, very warm, and I wish I could put together what this reminds me of. But you guys, when I smelled this, it gave me nostalgia. I don't know what perfume this reminds me of. It gave me nostalgia like circa 2005-ish, somewhere in there. This reminds me of something, and I can't put my hand on it, but I do like it. But as you can see, this bottle is still full. I did purchase this probably at the very beginning of the year, but the C took over my life, and also I'm never not going to like the YSL Black Opium. So I really love these more, which is why this is number 7 on my list. It's not that high, but it's still a very beautiful fragrance. This is also considered a fruity floral, and it's in the floral family, and it has rose and woody vanilla. But there's something else in this that makes it a little fruitier, and I think it's the burst of sparkling pear that kind of gives it a little more, flavor. So it is very passionate smell. It does feel very sexy. So that may be why I don't feel like this is a day-to-day. Like, this to me feels like very sexy date night. Like, I'm showing a little clavage, I got my body oil on, I'm wearing a satin dress, like that's what this feels like to me. Like I'm doing the most, like strappy sandals, everything. That's what this feels like. So it's probably why I don't use it as much, because most of my fragrances I'm using like day to day, like wake up, spraying myself down, getting ready to go to work, or anything like this. This is more of like, very special occasion, but it is a very nice perfume. So if you guys are thinking of like, I need something, I just want to up my sexy a little bit, definitely look into Passion. I think this is your girl. And last but not least, you guys, this is at the bottom of my list, but it's only because I really don't wear it anymore. This was my first kind of grown and sexy perfume purchase. I purchased this back in college, and honestly I purchased about every variation of this as well. And when you guys see it, you're probably going to be like, I know exactly what you're talking about. This is the Flora by Gucci. I was a Gucci girl in college. I wanted to try something new. I was tired of Viva La Juicy, you guys. I could not do another Juicy Couture perfume as long as I lived in college. I'm like, okay, it's just too sweet. I smell like bubblegum. Like, I can't do it. So I went to Dillard's, which was my spot in college, and I went through all the perfumes, and she was like, you should try Flora by Gucci. And I love this. I also I've tried the Gucci Gardenia. There's like a few other different colors, and that entire family was my jam throughout college. And I still really, really love this, but this is a little more citrusy to me, and it's also a little deeper than any of my other ones, which is probably why once I kind of got into that good balance, this one kind of got put on the shelf. But I actually had to dust her off a little bit, because I'm like, oh my god, I haven't used this in forever. But I do really love this. This is considered a fresh perfume. This is in the fragrance family of fresh, and then the key notes are osmanthus, peony, and rose. So these are very, very different. This fragrance is very different from any of the other scents that I have. So I probably could mix this, but it would probably have to be mixed more with like the YSL Libre or maybe the Mon Guerlain, because this is a very deep, deep smell. And I'm definitely thinking that it's the osmanthus in there. But as I look at this, this also says that it has a youthful and feminine spirit. So it makes so much sense as to why when I was like early in college, I think like my 20s, I think, yeah, like 20 or 21, this was like definitely my favorites, because it's a little more fresh. And now I've kind of graduated into like woody, sweet and spicy floral. So love this, you guys, love this. And if you're a little younger, I'm not in my 20s anymore, but if you are a little younger and you fancy a fresh scent, try this. Try all of the different variations, because I think there's like at least 5 or 6 different variations of the Flora by Gucci. These are still absolutely amazing, and I think every once in a while I kind of get the itch to try it. Actually, last week I was like, let me throw this on. So it was like very random, but I think I purchased this in like 2018, and as you can see, she's still pretty full. So she's kind of been sitting, on my counter a little bit as I explore other perfumes. But that does not mean that this is not an amazing perfume. This is still a very, very beautiful scent. Okay, you guys, that is my top 8 favorite perfumes at the moment. I hope you guys enjoyed learning a little bit about my favorite perfumes. I definitely want to hear in the comments below what kind of perfumes you tend to fancy, and if you switch your perfumes up with the season. I never thought that I was that kind of person, but now as I look back on kind of what I gravitate for, I definitely do like to change my scents as the different seasons change. So that was interesting to learn about myself. It was also very interesting to take that quiz on the Sephora website. It's also available in the store. So if you're struggling to kind of figure out where you are on the spectrum of like perfumes and what scents you should try, definitely check that out at Sephora. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to see you again here on my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.